Hello everyone, it's Trena from John's Furniture Repair. Merry Christmas! We have some special projects that we're going to be finishing for Christmas this year, and we'd love to share them with you. Right? Yeah. This is one gift. We'll put that over there. And some of you may have seen this in the shop in some of the other videos. We have here a cute little rocking horse. His name is Rocky. And he's going to a new grandson this year, so we're going to do a refinish on this guy. And we have this very unassuming mailbox here, made by someone's brother who passed away recently. So we're going to be doing a couple of very family-oriented pieces because Christmas is about family and spending time and in memories and all those times that you can remember with them. So let's get to work on these cute little projects. After growing up in my dad's restoration shop and learning everything he knows, I'm continuing on with the business in my own shop. And after 25 years, I can truly say I love this job and I just have to share it with you. Whether it's a priceless 300-year-old hand-carved piece of history or just an ordinary table or dresser, I pour my heart into each and every piece a customer brings me. I'm Trena, and this is John's Furniture Repair. All right, so we're gonna start with Mr. Rocky here, and Rocky's had a lot of rocking, so he's very loose. So we're gonna take all these joints apart, and most of them are screws. So that makes it pretty easy. And he is missing a couple of his buttons that cover the screw holes, so we'll replace those too. Because you gotta have your buttons on to rock and roll. And we'll keep all the ones that we do have here. All right, so it looks like there's an oil-based finish on here, not like varnish or anything, but like a tung oil or something. So there's not really much to strip off, plus stripper doesn't really take that off. So what I'm gonna do, because we do need to do quite a bit of sanding on some of these pieces, is just sand the finish off. I don't like that method, but when stripper's not touching it, I don't really have a choice. So I'm just gonna take it over to the sanding table and get this all sanded. Okay, so I've got the horse in the works, and I'm gonna start on the mailbox here, and it looks like it's some kind of exterior coating that you put on decks that they just sprayed over the whole thing, and we're gonna take it down to the wood and just do a finish over the wood. There'll probably be a little bit of water staining. It looks like oak. It's quite heavy, so their brother did a good job. I can pretty much chip off the layers. I'm gonna try a test with some stripper and see if it helps, but if not, we'll just be chipping off the coating because it's really, really thick. And this hinge, I'm not gonna take apart. It's actually a nail going right through this joint here. So they've just cut a little tab on this piece of wood here, and then put a nail right through going into the top, which is pretty sturdy for a mailbox, and it seems to work really nicely still, so I'm gonna leave it alone. Inside, we'll try to clean it up as well. I might be able to get the back panel off just so I can get in there. And we'll take these off and put on some nail piano bumpers that will be a little bit better than these ones. So, let's see. Oh, maybe I won't be able to get that back off. Well, that's okay. We'll just clean it up the best we can, keeping it all together. And hope the chemical helps us with that. Oh geez, what a mess. That was crazy. And it's really hard to clean up inside a little tiny box. So we've got it all stripped though, and I've just been picking out little corners. Of course, picking out all the stuff in here. These guys were really difficult to clean up. And then it's just an awkward shape, so let's get it sanded, and I think I'm gonna do that tomorrow. It's pretty dark outside and everybody's really sleepy. So let's go back tomorrow. Okay, so I've got this box just sanded with 120 grit, and you can still see the stains. So I'm going to use some oxalic now that all the grain is opened up. And the only problem I'm seeing here with leaving this alone together is that he's used nails that were not stainless steel, and that's causing all this black staining here and all around in here. So if I can get these out, I'd really like to replace them with some stainless steel nails because it's an outdoor application. Yeah, see, this is just gonna keep rusting in there and causing all those staining issues. That one was good. If I can somehow have an easy situation on the other side, that would be great too. But this one's not sticking out at all, so I'm gonna have to figure out a way to get that to come out. Walk it loose. No, that's not working. There we go. Okay, so now I can use a punch to get it out of the center here. Wish I would have done this before I stripped it, geez. Okay, that's coming out pretty easy. There we go. And then same thing here. I'll just use a punch, push that other section out. The only section that's gonna be a little bit trickier will be inside here. So I'm just gonna try to get my little tiny pliers around it. Just gonna cut a little bit of a notch so I can get a handle around this. nail. Got it. Little bugger. Look at how rusty it is. Into the trash with you. Yeah, it'd be really nice if I would have taken this apart beforehand. Because stripping was a massive mess. And the lid was mostly the problem. Well, the box was the problem too. Anyways, I'm gonna get the rest of these nails out, and then we can do some oxalic acid on the whole rest of the box and see how it looks after that. Okay, once again, I wish I would have tried to take this apart before I stripped it, because this definitely would have made it a lot easier if I had this out here. I thought it was actually mortised into both sides, and I just couldn't tell because there was so much paint. But anyways, now that I've got this piece of plywood out, if you remember that back corner was broken here, and I'm just going to replace this piece with a solid panel. So I've got some pieces from an antique cabinet that we replaced, and it's nice to go solid because we don't have to deal with this issue of the laminations coming apart outside. So I'm just going to trace out in the nicest part of this panel. There's a knot there, so I don't want that. I think this upper section here is the best. The only thing that solid is not great for is warping, but it's such a small piece, and it's going to be held in a groove in the front and nails on the back, so it should be just fine. It's better than glue laminations coming apart. I mean, once the water sits in here, it just starts to let go. And this is exterior plywood, but it doesn't last forever. All right, so this has dried and I gave it a good rinse and a sand with 180, both these pieces, and we're ready for finishing. It'd be nice to be able to do it natural, but because we have got plywood and we've got white paint that's still in the grain, because it's not all removable, we're gonna do a light stain. So I'm gonna be using Gaudi's pecan stain to get a little bit of color on everything that we need to, and hopefully blend some stuff without adding too much color to this nice oak. I still haven't picked up the stainless steel nails yet, so we can get the finishing done first. All right, so I've got the the rocking horse taken apart here, and I'm gonna stain these parts before we put them back together. And I'm gonna be using gunstock walnut to get his nice chestnut brown back. Now, a note, if you do not know how to work with horses, do not attempt one of these. I am a trained equestrian, so I'm able to do this, but if someone asks you to work with these guys, they can get pretty crazy, so you gotta know how to handle them. So, quick note on that. Anyways, I haven't been able to find Rocky's head. I'm not sure where it went. So I'm just gonna stain up these parts, and then tomorrow I will look for it and get it back going here. So let's see how this color looks. I want to kind of stick with his original fur so that we don't need to dye his hair a different color. I want to stay natural with your horses. And there we go. That's a nice chestnut brown color. So we'll just get that all over these parts. It's not really what I think it is. And it's okay. It's okay. So I touch her. Usually cats do this. She closes her eyes further and then you light. Hey everyone, good news. I found the horse head. So let's get to work on it. Just got it here on the workbench, and I've got his little shower cap on. Rocky needs his hair protected while we do everything here. And we're gonna take off his bridle. And I know this isn't very nice, but I have to take off his ears and his eyeballs as well. So there's just little staples holding them on. I don't want to get stripper on these guys, so, because it burns. I don't know if you've ever had stripper on your ears, but it really hurts. So I'm just gonna pull these rusty staples out. And they are rusty, which I guess works with the color of Rocky. There we go. Loosen that up a little. And then there's one more staple underneath here on his ear. And there we go. So I'll just do the other side the same way. I'm gonna put the blinders on the horse now so he doesn't freak out. There we go. That's better. Get sanded with the top. I did the edge sanding, but I didn't do. All right, here they are, all ready for Christmas. A beautiful oak mailbox made by a beloved brother and Mr. Rocky, all ready to rock and roll for the next generation. So thanks so much for joining me on this Christmas special, you guys. I really appreciate you watching these videos and being part of this community. And if you enjoy these videos and you want to support the channel, you can buy me a coffee. The link is in the description below these videos. Merry Christmas! Okay, Rocky, you all ready for your new man? You're gonna be such a good boy. Rocky!